3 days ago, Netflix announced that Squid Game Season 2 is on the way. And to quench your thirst about it, I've gathered 5 reasonable theories from across the web that you might expect in the upcoming season. Starting up with the only possible threat that could expose the Squid Game's gruesome organization. The detective who had successfully sneaked into the island where the events takes place and disguised himself as a guard to witness the dark, illegal activities. At the end of Season 1, the detective looked through the archives and history records of the Squid Games, only to find his long-missing brother a winner. After acquiring evidence of the organization, the detective tried escaping the island, but eventually got cornered by the masked men and their leader. The detective tried escaping the island, but eventually got cornered by the masked men and their leader. It is then that we found out that the black masked figure and the guardsman leader was actually the detective's brother. We can see that the leader stops the guardsman from shooting his brother and taking the responsibility of supposedly killing the spy. But to what many believe that the leader actually shot his brother on his shoulder and pushing him off the ledge to save him from the organization. Because after all, it was his loving brother. As Gihan decides not to get on his plane and instead plans on participating in the Squid Games once more, only to get to the island motivated to put an end to the games. But this time our protagonist goes in as a guard to gain more freedom of action, much like what the detective did previously. Many have speculated, well, including me, that the host of the Squid Games, the old man, player 001, was actually the father of the protagonist, and that the old man had 2 children, Gihan and the successor host of the Squid Games. Another highly anticipated event in Season 2 is that Stepfather is actually and surprisingly involved in the Squid Games, mainly for 2 reasons. 1. We know for a fact that the family is moving to America, and the Squid Game series is very good at foreshadowing events and is also known for using every small detail for the bigger plot of the series, meaning that detail about moving to America is rather important. And we also know that the frontman on multiple occasions spoke in English on the phone to what seemed to be the higher table, which indicates that the Squid Games is way bigger than the frontman and the host. In fact, it might be an international organization. 2. Having the stepfather involved in the Squid Games would be beneficial for Gihan, because he can be exposed, given the chance for Gihan to reunite with his own family. This theory is very likely to be true, because during the last episode of the series, we found out that the host was not killed at the Gambu game, because when the guard pointed the gun at him, we lost sight of the scene of the actual death. Coincidentally, the same has happened to Ali. Knowing that he got betrayed and lost at the game, we see a guard pointing a gun at him, and just like the host, we did not actually see his death.